This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle CV in association with Macklin Gym Marbella. We're at the O2 here for the final press conference for heavy duty. Joshua versus Cornish. With me I've got Anthony. Joshua, how are you?
Feeling good, mate, but I want to send a special greetings to a special person, Stevie Watson. She's coming to her first fight Saturday. Just look forward to it. It's going to be a great night. Make sure you get good rest because it's going to be entertaining. I don't want you to blink and miss anything. So I'll catch up with you Saturday and I'll see you soon. But besides that, everyone coming out is going to have a good time. It's built up. We've got some good undercards. My mate Charlie's on the show. John Wayne Hibbert, Dave Ryan, Reece Bellotti, Lucian Reed. Tom Cheeseman?
Ted Cheeseman.
Ted Cheeseman, sorry. The card's going to be really good. All local-based fighters as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the boys.
Right, we just had a press conference there,
Yeah.
which from media perspective, was rather entertaining. So let's just talk about, you're fighting Gary Cornish.
Yeah.
On the left of Gary Cornish is Dillian Whyte,
Yeah.
who's telling Gary Cornish and Tommy Gilmore that he's getting sparked out in a round by you. What did you think of those comments? First of all, did Dillian need to say that?
I can't tell you what Dillian needs to do, man. The guy's going to do what he wants to do, but I think that I hope Gary Cornish uses that motivation and says to himself, you know what, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to take it to Anthony. You know what I mean? And he used that as not really as a confidence, something to knock his confidence, but something to boost his confidence. Regardless of what people say, everyone's going to have their opinions. All respect for Gary for having a long camp and getting himself in condition, come fight. What Dillian says, what anyone says, is all irrelevant. Come fight night, it's just Gary and his mindset to get in the ring and do his best against me.
Tommy Gilmore, his manager, seemed very aggravated. Made reference to the promotion, the PR regarding his fighter, in reference to comparing it to yours.
Yeah.
So I asked Eddie Hearn the same thing. Did Tommy Gilmore have a point?
Well,
kind of like the AJ show
listen,
mentality.
Tommy is his manager, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you employ someone, you vet them, you see what they're about, you see if they can do the job. It's not really Eddie's job to chase anyone around. I got my family, my people on the phone to Eddie, plotting and planning how we're going to get this stuff right. How am I going to promote Anthony? How are we going to get him well known? Because all this hard work, we want to showcase it to the public, people who want to come and see what Anthony's doing day in and day out in the gym. And that's all down to hard work. Believe me, it's not just wake up, go for a 10-mile run, come back, sleep, and then go gym in the evening, and that's it. There's a lot more that goes into it. And boxing is an only sport where when I signed my contract, I was left to my own devices. You find your own gym, your own trainer, your own nutritionist, your own team. It's not like I joined this stable and everything's taken care of. I had to get my thinking hat on and think, how do I develop and build the best team around me? And that's why I had to mention that in the press conference, that it's not all, these guys don't come knocking on my door looking for me. They got big athletes out there, David Beckham's of the world, Carl Froch's, George Groves of the world, Kell Brooks of the world. I got to go out there knocking on their door and let them know I'm hungry. I want people to know who I am. How can we build this? And I feel that's what Tommy Gilmore should have been doing for Cornish rather than sitting back and waiting for the phone to ring.
Obviously, in your career so far in 13 fights, you've not really had a media perception or an outside perception that people telling you you're getting done in a round, you're getting done in 2 rounds, Anthony. It's been the other way around. It's been a case of how many rounds will you take the opponent.
Yeah.
Gary Cornish is being told, or apart from by his family and friends, but from a media outlook and also reading things in the paper, that he's going to get beat in a couple of rounds. And Tommy Gilmore, his manager's hearing that as well. This is a different kind of mindset. So, it doesn't seem to bother Gary Cornish talking to him, but it seems to obviously upset his manager.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't read nothing like that where there's some papers going, AJ fight night Saturday knocking out Gary Cornish in a round. I've never read anything like that from a paper.
Maybe not from a paper, but from social media out.
People's opinions. It's
yeah,
people's opinions, mate. As I said, what Dillian was saying about Cornish is irrelevant because when Cornish is in there Saturday night and he's got jabs and right hands coming at him, he's not going to be thinking, what was they saying that day at the press conference? He's going to be locked in. Do you know where I'm coming from? So it's all irrelevant come fight night. He's a great person. He showed utmost respect. Same way when I went to Scotland, they showed me utmost respect, and I expect them to do the same for him. You ain't heard no bad talk coming from my mouth to Cornish, so that's why I don't really understand why people are doing that. As I said, there's no business like fight business. It's tough, mate. So that's why no matter how much pain I want to inflict on Gary and win that Commonwealth title, I've got to take my hat off to him for coming prepared and stepping in that ring in front of thousands of people to potentially get beat Saturday night.
The verbals did exchange between yourself and Dillian Whyte in that press conference. I'll start off by saying what he opened with, and he said that to be yourself, that you're being kind of fake and things like that. What did you make of that, and what was going through your head?
I'm being asked about Gary Cornish, and I'm replying about Gary Cornish, and all of a sudden I hear this little chipmunk in the background talking. I'm like, who's that? I see it was Dillian talking again. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So anyway, he said his piece, and all it was, he's saying I'm fake, be myself. I said, explain though. You're saying I'm this, I'm fake. You must know me better than I must. I said, explain to me what you mean. I didn't hear anything. Just stop being fake. Just stop being fake. I said, explain. And that was it really. And I just said my little piece and kind of left it there. And I said, look, man, just focus on Saturday, bro. You got a good fighter in front of you, man. Get past that, and we're on.
Is there like a little bit of a danger of, obviously, Eddie's mentioned this 12th date, and it's kind of like there's a fight over there. But there are, like I said, people like Gary Cornish. It's probably what aggravates them, that there's a fight, or Tommy Gilmore, that there's a fight being put in place in December between you and Dillian Whyte before.
That's always happened, though.
It has happened, yeah.
Before,
I'm not saying this is the first time it's happened, but I can understand.
Dylan, that's Eddie's job. Great respect to Eddie, man. He's getting the public aware of the rivalry there. You know what I'm saying? My job, as I said, they can book fights for me from now till 2050, because my job is to be prepared, stay injury free, and come to each fight with that mentality I'm going to win. And I'll say, Eddie, when we out next? Who we fighting next? Boom, who we fighting next? So of course, shout out to Eddie. That's what I expect from my team. Get me these days, put these opponents in front of me, let me get through them and tell me what's next. And that's what he's doing. So credit to him. If your promoter ain't doing that, you need to check him. You see what I'm saying? You need to check your promoter if you ain't pulling dates to you and saying, listen, Josh, you get past this, mate, you got a big date here. So credit to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom once again.
Just to counter that, obviously speaking to Gary Cornish, he said that his mentality was deal with what's in front of you.
Straight up.
Before sort of thinking or moving on to anything else. But, it is what it is.
It is, as I said, my job, I'm focusing on Gary, and the motivation is, if I get past Gary, I've got another job at hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like a builder. All right, what we got next? We finished this in 3 months. What we got next? All right, we got this one down in London. All right, beautiful. Let's focus on this job and make this one perfect. But in the back of our mind, let's get it done in good fashion so we can move on. That's just life, and that's what Eddie's doing for me, and that's what I'm doing in the gym. We're looking after my body, living right, training right, so I can focus on what I've got to come. Saturday night, deal with that, and then in the back of my mind, I know I've got something in December. That's all it is. It's a great promotional strategy from Eddie Hearn, in my opinion.
What do you make of Dillian Whyte when he makes reference to your background and certain things that have happened in your life, not just in boxing? What goes through your head then?
Listen, as a young man, you know what I'm saying? Young guy, influenced, handle my business, and I educated myself. I started reading books. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, am I trying to get ahead in life? Of course. Are people interested in what I'm doing? They seem to be. Am I trying to be a role model? Maybe. Is there anything wrong with that? No. I'm just trying to go about my business. So when Dillian Whyte brings up the past, it's like, come on, bro, that's years ago. Like, look at me as the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? I'm improved. I'm trying to get better. And if you're knocking someone for trying to improve their life, what does that make you? A hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not referencing to Dillian about what he's done in his past and so on and so forth. Unless you ask me, I'm going to talk about him. But if not, he's irrelevant to me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, as I said, Dillian, go out there, do your business Saturday, man. Get your win, get your paycheck, look after your family, get back in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And then get yourself ready for December. It seems to me like I'm giving this guy opportunities to make himself a public figure at the O2, so to make the most of it. I'm not knocking his hustle, not mine either.
All right, Anthony, I think you've got people waiting for you, so...
I've got to get down the altitude centre, I've got training to do, bro.
Okay, well listen, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you after the weigh-in tomorrow.
Big up.
All right.
Stevie, see you soon.
Thank you. Nice one.